Level 1, the glitch. Reality starts to lag. You think you're fine, but you're not. You've been awake long enough for your brain to start running background errors. It's still pretending everything's normal, but half your neurons just clocked out and forgot to tell management. You reach for your phone, open the fridge instead, and convince yourself it made sense somehow. The world feels a little delayed. You hear someone say your name, but it registers a second too late, like bad lip sync in real life. Your focus? Buffering. Your attention span? Loading. And loading. And loading. 16 hours awake, and your brain's performance drops like cheap Wi-Fi during a thunderstorm. Reaction time slows, words trip over each other, and you start mistaking déjà vu for creativity. But the worst part? You feel fine. That's the trap. You're basically drunk on exhaustion, swaggering through your own mental lag while your neurons scream, "Reboot! Reboot!" Reality doesn't collapse in one dramatic moment. It just starts skipping frames until you can't tell what's real and what's just your brain. Buffering reality. And if you think that's bad, you haven't met level 2 yet. Level 2, the mood implosion. Emotions override logic. You've made it past the glitch phase. Congratulations, you're now emotionally unstable enough to audition for a reality show. Your brain's chemical factory just lost power. The amygdala, your emotional panic button, is now running the control room. The prefrontal cortex, the part that usually says, maybe don't punch the printer, has left for an unpaid vacation. Little things start to feel personal. A slow-loading web page feels like betrayal. A text without an emoji? Emotional sabotage. Someone breathes too loud and you're ready to file for war crimes. Your body's flooding with cortisol, the stress hormone, while dopamine's hiding under the couch with a helmet on. You can't decide whether to cry, laugh, or threaten your microwave. So you do all three in the same minute. It's chaos wrapped in caffeine. You're an emotional piñata, swinging wildly at anything that moves, hoping candy falls out. And the strangest part, somewhere in the static, you realize you're watching yourself unravel. And you don't even care. Because sleep deprivation doesn't just make you tired, it makes you someone else. Level 3, the memory blackout. Thoughts vanish like unsaved files. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and forget why? Now imagine your entire life feels like that. Your short-term memory has officially left the group chat. The hippocampus, the part that files new experiences, just rage quit. Now your thoughts show up, wave politely, and disappear before you can say, wait, what was I just thinking about? You reread the same sentence 5 times. You start every story with, wait, did I already tell you this? And your brain, bless its heart, keeps gaslighting you into thinking it's fine. Time loses shape. Minutes blur into hours, hours into some undefined era you'll later call Tuesday-ish. You're on autopilot now. Walking, talking, functioning, sort of. But your thoughts keep fading midair, like someone keeps pressing delete on your internal monologue. At this stage, your brain's not forming memories. It's buffering through existence, watching you live, one corrupted frame at a time. And somewhere in that fog, a quiet question starts forming. If you can't remember yourself, are you still you? Level 4, the hallucination phase. Dreams bleed into reality. The line between being awake and asleep is gone. It's all one long, glitchy live stream now. At first, it's small things. You hear your name whispered from another room. You see movement in your peripheral vision, just shadows, you tell yourself. But then the shadows start waving back. Your brain, desperate for REM sleep, starts splicing dreams into the waking world like bad editing. You're technically conscious, but your reality is now under new management, and that manager is hallucinating. A flicker in the corner becomes a face. A voice in your head starts narrating your thoughts like a podcast you never subscribed to. Objects breathe. The wall hums, and somehow none of it feels wrong. Because your sense of wrong has officially gone off duty. It's not a nightmare, it's a remix. Dream fragments, memories, stray thoughts, all stitched together into one melting, nonsensical collage. You're watching your mind try to stay entertained while falling apart. There's a strange beauty in it too. Colors look too vivid. Sounds feel alive. It's like reality finally decided to show you the behind-the-scenes footage. And it's pure chaos. But beauty fades fast. Whispers turn to voices. Faces turn to people that aren't there. And when your brain starts asking you questions out loud, that's when you know it's not just tired. It's breaking. Level 5. The body revolt. Your body turns on itself. Your brain's been glitching for days. Now the rest of you wants in on the chaos. It starts subtle. A twitch here, a tremor there. Your hands shake like you're permanently buffering. Your heart's hammering just to remind you it still works, even if you don't. Then things get messy. Your immune system throws a tantrum. Your body stops repairing tissue, stops regulating temperature, stops caring. Your hormones scatter like employees fleeing a burning building. Cortisol, your stress hormone, is now the CEO, and it's running the company into the ground. Your stomach forgets how to digest food. Your appetite evaporates, but your metabolism goes feral. You're starving and nauseous at the same time, a contradiction only sleep deprivation could invent. Your body temperature drops, your skin feels cold but clammy, and you start shaking like your muscles are auditioning for an exorcism. Every nerve screams for rest, but rest is no longer an option. You're beyond tired. You're malfunctioning. Then, the hallucinations stop feeling like thoughts and start feeling physical. You swear something just brushed your arm. You feel bugs that aren't there, weight that doesn't exist, a heartbeat that stutters off rhythm like a skipping record. Inside, your organs are in open rebellion. Your blood pressure spikes, your immune cells vanish, and inflammation sets every system on fire. You're falling apart, molecule by molecule. It's your own body staging a coup against its sleep-deprived dictator, and through all of it, your mind tries to bargain. One more hour, just one more. But your body isn't listening anymore. It's speaking its own language now. Shakes, sweats, cramps, spasms. The Morse code of impending collapse. You've reached the point where pain feels normal, hunger feels abstract, and exhaustion feels infinite. You don't even want sleep anymore. You just want the noise to stop. Level 6, the reality fracture. The line between real and imagined dissolves. Time stops making sense here. You're awake, but not here. Days bleed into each other like spilled ink. And the concept of yesterday feels like an urban legend. You start to drift between timelines. You'll swear you had a conversation. You remember the words, the tone, the laughter, but no one else recalls it. You'll find messages you don't remember writing, tabs you don't remember opening, and notes in your own handwriting that feel like someone else's. Your mind is now running two versions of reality at once. One's real, one's imagined, and they keep swapping roles when you're not looking. You try to anchor yourself with something solid, a sound, a smell, a clock, but everything slips through your fingers like smoke. You forget what day it is, what month, what hour. The clock says 3 a.m., but the sun's up. You check again, and it's gone. You're not sure if the clock's broken or if you are. Your thoughts loop, your speech breaks, and your sense of self starts flickering like a dying light bulb. Your brainwaves are now mimicking psychosis. Imagination and perception have officially merged into one continuous dream. People around you start feeling scripted. Their faces are too smooth, their words too perfect. You wonder if they're real, or if your brain just got tired of inventing new dialogue. You question everything, including yourself, especially yourself. You catch yourself staring into nothing, because nothing suddenly feels crowded. You sense someone standing just behind you. Not threatening, just present. You turn, and of course, there's no one there. You tell yourself it's the fatigue, but the thought creeps in anyway. What if you're the one haunting them? At this stage, your mind doesn't belong to you anymore. It's rewriting the rules of perception just to stay functional. Logic, memory, identity, all folded into a surreal collage. Reality has become optional. And the strangest thing? You're almost calm. Because after days of chaos, this makes sense. When everything's broken, there's nothing left to fight. You've officially left the waking world, and what's waiting on the other side isn't sleep. Level 7, the fatal shutdown. The body powers off. And then comes the final glitch, the last desperate spark that tries to reboot the system. It flickers once, then dies quietly. Your body doesn't fall asleep. It simply forgets how to wake up. Inside your skull, neurons fire like dying stars. Random, brilliant, pointless. Synapses misfire. Circuits collapse. The communication lines between brain and body disintegrate, like a power grid going dark, one block at a time. The heart slows, the blood cools. Each beat takes a little longer to arrive. Your lungs keep moving, but not because you told them to. They're just finishing the job. The body starts rationing energy, shutting down everything it can live without. Digestion, gone. Muscle tone, gone. Temperature control, gone. Only the core systems stay online, the ones that still remember what survival used to mean. Somewhere deep inside, your brainstem, the ancient part that's kept every ancestor breathing, tries one last command, stay alive. But the higher brain doesn't answer. It's already gone offline. A heartbeat stutters. A breath skips. The signal cuts out. No alarms. No panic. Just silence. Frightening. Absolute silence. The lights fade. For the first time in days, your brain finally gets what it wanted. Not peace, just absence. No thoughts, no dreams, no you, just the void where everything used to exist. In that stillness, Everything slows. Time, sound, memory, until even the idea of being alive feels like an echo from another world. And yet, something lingers, a static hum, a flicker of awareness, a final thread of consciousness pulsing in the dark. It doesn't know if it's dreaming or remembering, only that it's still there. Drifting, weightless, waiting for something that may never come. If you're still here, if you're still awake, you've outlasted the system. Before you drift off, subscribe. It might be the only thing keeping you connected. When the lights go out again,